Hey folks, today we are going to be changing the diaphragm inside of a single stage Mercedes-Benz vacuum actuator for the HVAC system. These actuators are vacuum servos that operate things like legroom and fresh air flaps. They're used in a variety of different vehicles from the early 70s to the early 90s. The rubber diaphragms inside of them dry up, crack, and fail. Okay, these are new ones, but over time they look like this and they won't hold vacuum anymore. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to open this up and we're going to change the diaphragm. Now, there were two types of diaphragm they used, and it corresponds to the depth of this lower cup here. There's a shallow type and a deep type. The deep type, okay, if you come in and you measure, and you can do a rough and ready measurement to the edge of the cup, you go to here, it's going to be about 33 millimeters. Shallow type, there are a range of different colors, so don't let this green fool you. They're not necessarily always green. It comes in at about 28 millimeters. So now that you know which type of cup you're dealing with, you can select shallow or deep diaphragm, okay? Okay. Now, we're going to take this apart, but the first thing we need to do is we need to put an index mark on the top and the bottom. In many cases, it's important. There is this sort of clocking, especially when you get these top caps with a vacuum port out the side. Just best practice, do that, use a paint pen, dry it with a hair dryer, don't smudge it. All right. Now, some people will try to take these things apart with small screwdrivers. I don't recommend that. Instead, what you should do is you should cut up an old credit card or loyalty card, subway card, okay, and make 4 plastic strips, okay? And what we do is we come from the back here and we push these in. And what's nice is the little plastic ears that we're trying to depress will actually hold the plastic strips for us, okay, in place. Sometimes they fall out like that one, okay. Push them in, okay. And just delicate, you don't want to push them out. All right, now that's tensioning the 4 little plastic tabs. And then ever so gently, we just take the edge of a screwdriver, okay, and you just twist, and out will come the little plastic cards, okay, and you ever so carefully, okay, we'll separate this. You really don't want to put too much stress on these ears. They can break off, little tangs, and then you have to throw out the housing. All right, top cap, spring, your bottom housing, okay? And this is a good diaphragm, okay? I'm going to take it off of the piston. And this is a particular piece of linkage, but your linkage could look different, or there could be no linkage, okay? All right, and these are all the pieces that go inside. So now let's put it back together, okay? What we're going to do, we're going to start by stretching the outer rim of this diaphragm. Put a good stretch, okay? Next, push any linkage through here. Put the diaphragm onto the piston or the puck, okay? And then we make sure to cinch down around here. This is a sealing surface that needs to mate up properly. All right, looks like we got that on. All right, now we're going to go around again. We're going to stretch this diaphragm out. We're not going to be shy about it. Stretch it out real good, okay? And while I'm stretching this, what I'm going to tell you is we're going to very quickly put this together because the rubber is going to shrink when we stop stretching it. And, okay, we do. Put that into the bottom cap. Make sure the diaphragm's seated, okay? And then we put our top cap on. We line up our index marks, okay, like that. And we squeeze. And these little plastic ears have now engaged. Now, almost never do all of these ears engage. So that one looks good, but let's go around and check. This one's not engaged, so you have to squeeze it. Okay, now it's engaged. And then this one is not engaged. You have to squeeze it. Now it's engaged. Go around a few times, make sure that, they're all engaged. Okay, and then next we're going to just gently push the piston through a couple times. Okay, should feel some air coming out of there, right? Okay, good. And then we're going to do a vacuum test. I'm going to use a low-cost vacuum pump that pretty much anyone can afford. You can also use a Mighty Vac like I have, a little fancier if you're a pro. All right, and what I've done here, put a little bit of vacuum hose on here. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna test the operation. So I'm gonna apply vacuum, back goes the piston. We wanna see, once it fills up, does it hold vacuum? And see the needle on the gauge? It's holding vacuum. Now I'm gonna release vacuum, and then out goes the piston. Okay, brilliant. All right, great, excellent. So this is now rebuilt. It can be put back into service, last another 30, 40 years. I want to emphasize the procedure that we used only applies to single stage vacuum actuators. We have a different video for these dual stage ones, which incidentally also use different internal parts. You can't just order loose diaphragms and rebuild these. All right, folks. Well, thank you for watching.